for the summer. I am so excited. It was a long journey getting here because I have 3 suitcases, a duffel bag, a purse, and I had to carry all of that by myself. And I really did not want to spend $100 on an Uber at the realtor's office to get my keys. So I took the train from the airport, which was totally fine. It was really difficult when I was getting off the train because the tube stop that I had to get off on didn't have an elevator or a lift, as the British people call it. But I'm here, it's fine. They also gave me the wrong set of keys. So I got the keys, took an Uber from the realtor office to my apartment, and then realized it was the wrong set of keys. So I had to take another Uber with all of my bags back to my realtor's office, then at the realtor's office, back to the apartment. So it all took way longer than it should have, but it's fine. I'm here and it's a lot cuter than and like nicer than I expected. I obviously found this place sight unseen. I am only staying for 2 months, so it's not like a traditional lease. So I will let you guys know all about that once I get settled in, but I wanted to give you guys a flat tour before it got messy. Let me show you guys because it's super cute and huge. Like this apartment is huge. So you walk in over here and then to your left, I have my bedroom. So you go over here, my bedroom. I have a tiny little armoire, I guess, for my clothes, and then dresser. And then over here, there's like more cabinets and the sheets are there. So I'm gonna buy a set of like sheets and a duvet cover and pillowcases, but I'm gonna use their like duvet and pillows. And then over here, I have the bathroom. It's really big, like it's so much bigger than I thought. And then this mirror, I am a little short for it, but it's okay, I can still see my face. In here, I have a washer dryer combo. I have no idea if it's actually gonna dry because I've heard that these things like never actually dry clothes. They just pretty much wash them, but. Over here is the kitchen, which they've supplied with pots and like silverware and plates, but no pans. So I'm gonna have to buy that. Gave me an umbrella. Over here is the living room. It's huge. I have a really big couch. And then you guys, I have the cutest little fireplace. I probably can't have one here. I don't know, it looks like it works. I'm not gonna test it, but it's cute. And then over here, I have like my office slash dining room, I guess, which I'm obsessed with. And there's so much natural light, which I love. I don't have any towels or anything, so I'm gonna have to go and do some errands, but first I need coffee because it's already 12 something. I took so long to get here just from like going back and forth and the train, and at one point the train ended at a certain route, so I had to switch trains and wait for another one, and then there was like construction. I don't know, it took me much longer than I thought it would to get here, but I'm finally here and we're gonna go and run some errands. Also, question for British people, what is your equivalent to Target? I've heard M&S, like Mark and Spencer, I think it's called, but like I need hangers, towels, sheets. Like, is there a one-stop shop for that? Because in the US, like, I would just go to Target or Walmart. Like, it has everything. But I feel like over here, you guys don't have, I mean, I know you guys don't have Target or Walmart. So, like, what do you have? Where do you go shopping for, like, your everyday items? Anyways, I'm gonna start to head out. I look disgusting, and I can't shower yet because I don't have towels. So, that's the first step. This reminds me so much of living in New York because I just had to walk super far with all of these bags. I got a bunch of hangers and a bath mat from IKEA, and then I went to M&S, which it's not really like Target. Like Target, I feel like is more of like an elevated CVS. I feel like M&S feels a bit more like a Nordstrom that has a home department. I could be wrong, but it definitely gives more like department store vibes than like all around convenience store, whatever you would classify Target. So I got towels, I got sheets, I got a pan, I got a spatula, and I walked back with all of these bags and the IKEA bag. I actually took the bus, but whew, guys, I'm tired. I still need to go out and get soap, water, slash like a water filter. So I brought like all of my like skincare, shampoo, conditioner, and all of that stuff. So I think I should be good in that department, but oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna just try to like make the bed and make my room. hope that you have been enjoying the vlog so far. I have been loving vlogging here in London, and there's so much more to come. I'm vlogging every single week, but I did want to say that this video is sponsored by Squarespace, so thank you Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. If you don't know what Squarespace is, it is the best website builder, and every single one of you needs to try it. I am a firm believer that you need to own your audience and you need to own your portion of the internet, and Squarespace lets you do that because you can purchase a domain and then buy a beautiful website. They have the most amazing templates. They use AI to help you build it if you need, and then of course everything is customizable. I have used every website builder under the sun, and Squarespace is by far the one I recommend. It's the one I go back to, and it's the one that I have built multiple websites on, including my own business, getrella.com. It's all built on Squarespace. If you want 10% off your first purchase or your domain, you can use my coupon code NatalieBarbu or go to squarespace.com/NatalieBarbu. But thank you Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. I am so excited for this summer in London. Let's get back to the rest of the vlog. It is the next day. I found a cute little coffee shop, went to Watch House. I've actually been here before. Last time I vlogged, I think it was last time or maybe 2 times ago, I had breakfast at Watch House, and I'm glad that they have them kind of all over London because they have an app and I can start getting rewards. So I don't have a coffee maker here, so this summer I will be spending a lot of money on coffee. And then I also got a breakfast burrito. That was okay. The US makes breakfast burritos a little bit better, but it wasn't bad. Anyways, I am back to work. Yesterday I took the day off because I just needed to get settled in, but today I am working, so I have my little office set up. I literally brought my Logitech keyboard, my mouse, and then I found a nightstand here that works as a laptop stand. Like, this is perfect. This is a nightstand, but I was like, wait, this is the perfect height for my laptop. So I have my little office here. Last night my boyfriend came over, we cooked some dinner, and then now I am just sitting here working on Rella. We're gonna have to see how the hours work because there's not that much overlap in terms of like East Coast and London time. Like right now it's 12 o'clock, which means it's only 7 a.m. back home, so no one's online yet. So I might have to adjust some days working East Coast hours just so that we can have like calls and meetings and, you know, actual communication. But for the most part, I kind of like working London time because I feel so ahead. Like last night, for example, I had something due for social media stuff and I sent it in at like 11 p.m. London time, but I didn't even feel late because my manager is on the West Coast, so even more behind. So it was still like the middle of the afternoon, so I was turning it in on time. So I have like an extra day pretty much to turn things in because of how far ahead we are here. Anyways, today I'm also gonna head to the grocery store, I think, get some groceries. I'm really gonna try to cook while I'm here. I'm glad that we were able to like make dinner last night and everything, and I like the kitchen setup, so it's been good. I'm adjusting to kind of like normal life here. I don't want to, you know, slack on my work. I don't want to be like spending so much money on restaurants or being unhealthy. I signed up for like a free trial for a gym so I can sign up for one here. So I'm gonna show you guys everything that I'm kind of signing up for and doing, but so far so good. And I've like really loved this apartment or this flat. It's been like really great. Good morning. These floors are so squeaky. Good morning, everyone. I woke up early today. I went to bed at like 12:30 last night and had to wake up at like 7 this morning, so not good. But it's just been hard for me to adjust to this time zone, if I'm being honest. It's so much harder, I think, going from the US to the UK versus UK to US. I think that's a much easier transition in terms of time zone. I'm tired. I signed up for a workout class, so I am determined to find a workout class that I like here because I've been to a couple just during my visits here and I really haven't loved a lot of them. I want to find a good heated mat Pilates. So if you guys could let me know, that would be great. I'm trying Tribe City today though, and I've heard amazing things. They didn't have hot Pilates, but they did have bar burn, and it's in a heated class, so I feel like I'll at least get like a good feel of the place. But I'm excited, it looks good. I watched some TikToks on it, and I'm gonna head there now. I went grocery shopping last night, and I did go to Whole Foods. I'm so happy they have a Whole Foods here. I know people are gonna be like, Natalie, try the local grocery stores, and I will. I've been to Sainsbury's, I've been to Tesco. I went to M&S, but not for food. But I will be trying the other ones, but I just wanted to go and see the Whole Foods here, and it was really nice. It was definitely still expensive though, so I'm gonna try the other ones and see like how the price compares, but I'm trying to eat clean. I know that the standard of eating here and like ingredients is like much higher than in the US. So like I do think a lot of the things I would get no matter what supermarket I go to will be cleaner or a cleaner version than like what's back at home. But I just got a couple things from Whole Foods. But I'm gonna try to go to the grocery store like every time I have like a meal that I wanna cook, because I really don't wanna end up with like extra food here. So I pretty much like only got what I knew that I would eat and what I needed for like the meal I was cooking. One thing I am sad about though is that they don't have cold brew here. My boyfriend told me that I would have trouble finding it, but they don't have like cold brew in the grocery store in like a big jug. I was gonna try to get that so that I could save money and not have to go out to eat or not have to go out and buy a second coffee, but like they literally do not have that here. So that's really unfortunate.
Just giving your spine a chance to reset.
I did my first gym session today because I have an actual gym here versus my apartment gym, which has like very little equipment. I'm starting to do a like actual strength weightlifting program. I'm using the Ladder app and I'm doing Team Ascend. So if any of you guys want to join me, let me know. But I'm excited. I used to lift and do, you know, strength training when I was a member at a gym, and then to save money and I was just more into Pilates, I started just doing it at home and just like doing lighter weights or like just some simple dumbbells. And don't get me wrong, I love that. I think it's super, super effective. But I just thought I'm gonna take advantage of it while I'm here because I need to join a gym regardless. So I might as well do something that I can't do at my apartment at home. I'm starting to weightlift, and you guys, I can tell I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. My legs and my butt are going to be sore tomorrow. I stopped by Waitrose to get some groceries. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Waitrose. Anyways, I got some eggs. I've been just getting them in like a pack of 6. I don't know why, it's just like easier to carry. I'm making my boyfriend the spicy vodka pasta tonight, so I got the ingredients for that. And I was so confused because I didn't see the heavy cream anywhere where like the milk is, but they call it double cream. So, and it's in like a yogurt cup. Like it's not in a twist off lid, you know? And I'm definitely not gonna use all of this, so it might have to go to waste. I don't know. Like, I don't know, how can I store it? There's no cap on it. I didn't have any shallots at this grocery store because it was a very tiny one, so I just got onions instead, which will do the job. I have noticed a lot of grocery stores here, at least in central London, are very small. They are very, very tiny, and they have a lot of like prepackaged things or like just the things that you need, which is fine, but yeah, then like it doesn't have shallots, you know, like something like that. Got some pasta. I got rigatoni. This pasta was made in Italy, so hopefully it's good. Tomato paste, they call it tomato puree, but it's essentially the same thing. And some garlic. Can't forget my chili flakes. I also stopped by Superdrug and I got myself some deodorant because I just ran out of mine. Not good. Hairbrush because I forgot a hairbrush. And then I just know I brought like 2 hair ties. I needed to get a pack. And minus the deodorant, brush, and hair ties, so like all of the food, was 16 pounds. So not too bad, but yeah, 16 pounds for everything. And I feel like things like this, or I got 4 onions, eggs, you know, like it's pretty good. It's way cheaper than like going out to eat too. So I know I'm coming from Miami, but I definitely wanted to see some UK beaches, and so we're going to Holcombe Beach, which is about 3 hours away from London. I ended up taking the train to Cambridge since that's on the way, and then my boyfriend picked me up in Cambridge, and we here now meeting some friends at the beach. I'm really excited to see like how it compares. I looked up photos and I do think this feels more similar to like the Outer Banks. Like it has the sand dunes and like it's a more naturey beach versus Miami is like a city on the beach, so it's more like high rises and buildings, and it's not going to be as like clear blue water, but I am excited to see it. So it's also currently raining, but it's supposed to be sunny later today, so we're making up